Welcome to 520 Speedworks instruction series. These are the instructions for the 520 Speedworks Lexan windows that will fit into this window frame. In these instructions, it's going to be full-blown. We're going to take you step by step for the kit that you bought to be able to exchange the glass window. As you can see, ours has this nice big crack in it. The glass window for the Lexan windows that you got. So the way that we're going to start off with this, we're going to start taking this window apart, and then we'll get into more of it. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to take out these 4 screws that are in the lower bottom. These screws hold on the brass L angles, and this is what actually holds the window together. So very carefully pull these out, and when it comes time to put them back in, very carefully also, because these do strip easy. It is just simple thin brass that holds this together. They don't have to be super tight, but yeah. Take these 4 screws out and we will carry on. All right, now that we have all 4 screws removed, all you have to do is just very carefully just pull. And sometimes they're stuck a little bit, but if you just slowly work, it'll come off pretty darn easy. So once you get the frame apart, then just slowly work the rest of the glass out. All right, now that we have the glass out, we're going to just go set it aside. We don't need it anymore, and we're going to prep our new windshield, the Lexan one, for the rubber and to install. All right, so what comes in your kit is you get 1 Lexan window. Yours might look a little different than that, but that's just the plastic covering film that keeps it from getting scratched. And you're also going to receive 12 feet of this U-channel, and this is what goes around, and that's what we're about to get into now. All right, for the next step, tools that you're going to need. You're going to need a razor of some sort, X-Acto, box cutter, straight razor like this. You're going to need a measuring device that can measure 1.25 inches at the most. Well, 1 5/8 inches at the most. But anyways, a ruler, tape measure, any of those will work. To get started, what we're going to do is we're going to pull up the protective film just enough to expose the edge layer. So about 1/2 inch or so. Don't pull it all the way up yet. Just help keep the window safe from abrasions. The window does have a abrasion resistance film on it, so it can hold up to most stuff. I'm not going to claim that it's scratch resistant because it's plastic, so it's not. You just have to be a little more delicate with plastic when you clean it. So I would find a good plastic cleaner. I wouldn't use Windex or any of that kind of stuff, something that is built for it. They make good acrylic cleaners for what they use on like aircraft and that kind of stuff. Very cheap, very inexpensive, but is built for plastic and to clean plastic. So we are going to do some testing with windshield wipers on the plastic to give you guys that are running wipers a little better idea of what kind of abrasion resistance you can run into. Here in Arizona, we don't run wipers. We just run Rain-X. We put Rain-X on our windows. We put Rain-X on our sunglasses. That way the water beads off our sunglasses when we're still getting wet in the rain. I know this because just 2 weekends ago, I got caught in the rain. Now that we have exposed our edges, it does not matter what side of the window you start from. This one has a clear plastic on it, or it has a white. The window is symmetrical from either way, so it really doesn't matter which way you start. But what we're going to do now is we're going to get our rubber U-channel wrapped around the window. Okay, so when you start off, we're going to measure 3/8 of an inch from the bottom of the plastic. This doesn't have to be exact science, but you want to get it pretty close. So 3/8 of an inch. Get this on there, see if we can. There we go. And just work it all the way up to about that point. Okay, now you're going to come back and you're going to take a straight razor and you're going to measure 1 1/4 inches. 1 1/4 inches is right here. And what you want to do is you just want to push or slice until you hit the window. And then once you do that, squeeze it on both sides with your fingers and then just run the razor. Be very careful. Run the razor up the window until you get to your slice. So, should look roughly something like that. All right guys, now that we have done the one side, just take the rubber and just work it all the way around the top. Okay, now that we've done that, same thing on this side as what we did on the other side. You want to measure up from the bottom of the window 3/8 of an inch. But this time you want to cut the whole thing off. There you go. So now we should have mirror images of length on the side. Once again, measure up 1 1/4 inches. Slice in till you hit the window. Pinch, watch your fingers. So you get like that. All right, now we have the bottom part of the U-channel. So we're basically just going to meet it up with the end down here to where they're flush. And do the same thing as we did on top. All right, now that you have this piece here, just cut it flush with the end of the window. Okay, now that we do that, we're going to take another measurement. It's going to be 1 3/8 inches from the end in, and that's where we're going to make another cut. Just like we did on the sides. Struggling. Now it's time for probably the hardest part of the whole thing, and that's just getting the rubber inside the frame. Some prep work that you want to do is you want to go and make sure that your frame is clear of any foreign substance. Make sure there's no stickiness inside, that kind of good stuff. And then the other thing that helps is to go and get yourself some water with just a drop or two of detergent in there. You can do that. You can also do it. I've had luck with Windex. I've had luck with alcohol in a spray bottle, alcohol diluted with water in a spray bottle. Whatever you decide, you can make that work. But the best thing to do, dip a rag in it, and then just slowly work. You're going to start up here at the top. So you can just get the top of this rubber piece just nice and wet. The way you want to do this is you want to work from, I like to work from a top corner. And if you have an extra set of hands, this is where that wife that you married, or you got somebody in the shop to help you out to do it, it just makes it go a little easier. But this one's actually going. There you go. It's in. Top's in. If you have any of the gasket pushing out, you can now use a squeegee or something very soft to push the gasket back in. Okay. Now, let's do the bottom. We got our bottom rail. Easiest thing for this is just to kind of stand up. We have this upper rear view mirror mount that gives it a nice little stand, makes it stand up kind of on its own. Okay, make sure you feed the little brass fingers in there first. Now, once your holes line up, put your screws back in. Be very careful on these and do not over tighten them. They will strip very easily. Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
Because I've had to make new ones. Scary. All right, now we have completed our 520 Speedworks Lexan window. So everything is good to go. Just remember, be careful when wiping it. If it's excessively dirty, use excessive amounts of liquid to clean it. I would recommend, as I said before, going and finding a glass-specific cleaner and using that. So now that we got that all out of the way, we got to get into the legal mumbo-jumbo of this. I do not know what states these are going to. I do not know if Lexan or plastic windows are legal in any state they are going to. You will have to find that out on yourself, and you will have to follow your own discretion on whether or not you want to use this window. With that also being said, I take no responsibility on the safety of this. I do know that Lexan is stronger than plastic when it comes to hits and whatnot, but it's still going in a car, and all liability is waived from 520 Speedworks and us on these windows. It is used at your own discretion. So with that, now that's all out of the way, please guys, go enjoy your windows. Take them for those long rides and don't have to worry about rocks chipping, cracking, breaking, the screws in the back, all that kind of good stuff, because you guys are set. So until the next instructional video, have a good one.